I have a doe here. It's kind of a long story. Something ain't right. We're gonna check her. I don't have a good feeling about this one, so I think it's not gonna end well. I'm gonna wash her whole back end first because from being out on pasture for the first time yesterday, they all have loose manure. It is a dead kid. Oh yeah, it stinks. Okay, mom is resting. We are going to keep her in this pen. When I reached in to check her, she had one in there that was dead, and it's been dead a long time. She's not quite dilated enough for me to go in and retrieve it. So the vet said, just leave her. I can check her before I go to work. And she said eventually it'll come out, and sometimes it might come out in pieces if it doesn't come out whole, but it's definitely stinky and long dead. So we'll have to see how she does on her own. So I'll check her before I go to work, and then again when I get home tonight. I have two does kind of in this pen with the weanlings that are due to kid in the next month, two other ones. The vet said go ahead and just get them out of there just in case this was something infectious. So I'm gonna put them back on the other side with my does that I just weaned their kids. Stay in there. Which means I'll just have to pet them every day to give them their drain, which is fine. I just had them in here with the weanlings so that they could get drain, and then I was separating them out to go graze with the does during the day, but this is probably actually easier to just separate them to feed them grain once a day. Crazy. Got an update on that doe from yesterday. She did dilate all the way for me to go retrieve those kids later, and there was something definitely wrong because she was really struggling. The kids were very small. I got them out really easy, but she was in a lot of pain and not doing good. And I think she ended up having a uterine rupture. So I'm going to try to get her out of here. The problem is I can't, we had huge amount of rain yesterday. I didn't check the rain gauge, so I don't know how much we got yet, but I cannot get her, I can't get the skid loader in here to get her out because the place where I need to drive through is like way too muddy. So I'm gonna have to move all the kids out of the pen to get to her little corner pen and drag her out that way. So I'm gonna move the kids, get her out, and then I'm gonna do a post-mortem on her to see if that was actually the problem, because she actually died really shortly after I got those kids out of her. So something was definitely going on inside there. Oh my. Oh, it didn't take the flies long to come out. Hello? I'm doing a post-mortem on a goat. I'll call you back. All right, bye. All right, that's done. She definitely did have a uterine rupture, and the inside of her uterus was disgusting. I actually wasn't expecting that. I thought it would be a little more like, I don't know. I have questions for my vet. I've never had this where they've died in utero and been dead that long. I mean, obviously I've had stillborns, but I've never dealt with like the rotting kids, and they were disgusting, really disgusting. And I'm surprised they came out in one piece, honestly, because they were like effervescent and spongy. So I'm gonna discuss it with my vet, and I've talked to her twice already, but I think this is just a one-off thing. We'll see. So I'm gonna get these kids back. I gotta go to town and run errands, and then I need to get water tanks out in the field for those cows. I have only been putting them out a couple hours a day, but now that we got this good shot of rain, the grass is really gonna grow. So I've avoided setting up water tanks and hoses and whatnot, just because for a couple hours a day they don't need anything out there, but now I gotta get on it. Kids are back. Somebody's screaming out here. Yeah. Are you dumb? Doe's got her head stuck in the fence. That does not happen often at all. I don't know. They aren't. Yeah. You're gonna need to put a stupid stick on you? How long you been like this? You stressing out? All right, hold on. All right, Mom's coming. What are you doing? You're gonna have to wait a second. I gotta get the other one through. Stop pulling. Okay, now pull. Don't do that again. got the kids out in some pasture. You can't see a bunch of it. It's on the other side of this dirt pile. They're a little baffled. I mean, they are grazing, but they're also spending a lot of time just hanging out on top of that pile, which is fine. I mean, they love dirt piles, but go eat. So I'm gonna actually have them every day come out for a couple hours, graze, and then they can go back in. All right, I am on my way to go talk to a landowner. It's actually a guy that I knew from showing at county fair in high school. So the place he lives on right now was his grandma's, and they've got some old pasture land that he wants me to graze off. He just can't utilize what he's got, I guess. So he's like, you know, if you want to come look at it. So I'm gonna head over there, and then I actually have another meeting later tonight with the neighbor. They have a 25-acre property, and last year I grazed the goat, well, mostly browsed the goats on it, because they have, I think, like 20 acres wooded and 5 acres tillable. So I used pretty much everything except the little plot that their house sat on. The neighbor, actually, we do a pretty even swap, but we are going to do a formal lease agreement. With goats, actually, a lot of times people pay you to bring them in, because goats can utilize places that, you know, cattle can't. So I have no idea what he's actually got over there. If this is a situation where, like, I can't get fence in there, I can't get, you know, anything on it. I have no idea what's existing and what's not. So we'll take a look at it, and I'm really hoping that I can actually bring my bucks over there like a really good portion of the summer. And then I need to stop at the meat market in town and get some bacon. That actually went pretty good. Stayed way too long. It was nice catching up. But they have, it's basically all wooded, just kind of overgrown, brushy area with some paths through it. But he's got fields around the outside of that he owns. So somebody rents it from him, but I can get a clear line to graze the whole fence line and just run the fence on that side of the fence line, which is so nice because I hate running polywire through the woods. So later this summer, once everything is kind of getting overgrown and there's a lot of forage there, I think I'll bring my bucks over there. So that'll work out pretty good, I think. I am going to go mix some more feed. That feeder ended out working perfectly. It cut so much time out of my day. It flowed really good through there, so I think like the molasses was totally fine. And the other thing is that, like, normally when they sifted through it, when it was just in a pan type feeder, they had all the calcium carbonate, well, not all, but there was quite a bit of calcium carbonate and mineral that fell off that never got eaten. None of that in this feeder. I was afraid that that was gonna like kind of jam up in the bottom and maybe the feed wouldn't flow through because they'd be sitting in there, and it didn't at all. It was perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and get more feed mixed, and I'm gonna mix more this time so we can just fill the entire feeder. That was a test batch, and I wanted to see how much they were actually gonna eat, if they were eating the right amount, if I was gonna have to adjust the molasses, but it was perfect. I'm just gonna fill the whole thing, and I think it holds like 500 pounds, so we'll mix like 10 batches. All right, I have given everybody water. They're all set to go, and I have to go to work.